Okay, so we've kind of talked about all those different things that are going to be able to make it work to get the high notes. If you know the concepts, but you're not actually making it happen on a regular basis, it doesn't help you. The knowledge by itself is useless unless you apply it. So in terms of habits, my favorite thing is, well, I've got a few, but one of them is just set an alarm. And so if you do it the same time every day, hopefully, you can't always find a time of day that's perfect for every single day, but you just set an alarm and you put the name on the thing, say high note exercises or whatever, and it's going to go off at a time that you've already kind of thought ahead. Yeah, that would probably be a good time to practice, or to do my chop exercises or whatever you're doing. That's the kind of thing that starts getting some easy consistency. So alarms are gold. Another piece of the puzzle I absolutely love is when you get together with friends and try to make a kind of a community around it. So I talked about that gal with all those in the other video about every time they get together to go to lunch or whatever, they'd remind each other, okay, set the timer, and they'd do their chop exercises while they're driving to go get lunch or whatever. And having a community around it really helps. You can also set the thing up a little bit more virtually or whatever and just text your friend, day one, did my chop exercises. And then the other friend texts back and says, day one, me too. And day two, the other person does it first. And then that kind of reminds you to get started. Like, oh yeah, I got to do it. And then you do it and you text back, day two, complete. And you keep going at it. And if you want, you can do a competition of it and say, whoever messes up first has to buy the other person a Frosty or whatever. I don't care. But as long as it's more of a social thing, the two people together are much more likely to be able to keep the thing going. We just started a thing in my school where we're doing, there's like a group me where all the trumpet players that wanted to be a part of this are doing this. And the idea on this is that they'll all be reminding each other of the whole process. And one person practices and it reminds everybody else because it pops up. It's like, oh yeah, I got to do that. Now you don't have to do it every single day, but the more consistent it is, the more easy it is to make it a habit. I really like having one day a week of giving your chops a rest. I think that's very, very healthy. And so I would try and set it up so you got one day a week where you really are, maybe just a teeny bit of playing, it's light stuff or whatever, but you're not beating up your chops one day a week, and I think that's really helpful. In terms of habits, the third one I'd give on that is try and figure out a time and a place. We talked about the alarms, but if you get home from school and your first thing is you sit down and you pour yourself some Frosted Flakes or whatever, and you have a kind of a system, like I get home, I eat my food or whatever, and then I go do my whatever, you insert it somewhere in that habit that you already have set, and then when you start doing that, you can start linking this new habit to that old one. Anyway, so there's 3 ways you can get going on good habits, and if you do it consistently, you'll see amazing stuff happen.